Hello YouTube, I just really wanted to make a quick video regarding my build that I demonstrated earlier for killing Gradavis and a single art. I'm sure everyone who's gone beyond surface level of this game is very aware of the Blossom Dance art, and or just the Blossom Dance build in general, that it uses Receding Rust. So we're just going to go over my loadout really quickly. So naturally I have Receding Rust. You can get a technically stronger weapon by just grinding Ultra Diamond Spadas, but you need to at least get enough potential on its effects for it to become worth it, which is more of a grind than it's worth in my opinion, and this does more than enough to satisfy our conditions. So we just have Receding Rust from Lugobanda and Noctilum. This is a post-game only item, so if you're thinking about getting it anytime before, then that's out of the question. Next we have Ultra Nebulon Dyads, which is dropped from a Tyrant in Oblivia. This has double potential up, which is a bit of a grind to get, but you can get it on the version 2 of this weapon. It's probably the hardest thing to get of this build, so just be patient and give yourself a treasure sensor, and as well as the rest of your party. As for the gear pieces, we have Orphean Technologies headpiece from Lucille, double potential up. Shop gear for just more potential, since there's not really much competition for the chest pieces. Another Lucille sleeve, Orphean Technologies, more overdrive count and max TP up. We kind of just want to build up towards a bunch of TP so we can keep activating overdrive and get ourselves to maximum overdrive count. Here we have the Candid right sleeve, which is more overdrive count up, and melee attack up, which isn't really relevant to our build since we're scaling off potential. This is from a Tyrant in Cauldros, which I'm going to show, of course. And then lastly we have a Granada leg piece that has max TP up, which is all we really want on it. This is obtained from killing a Caro in a cave in Cauldros, so we're going to look at that. This is kind of a pain to grind just because of the walk, but honestly, it's just all a matter of time before you get any of this, so without further ado, actually I should just show my arts and skills, mostly the skills. I'm sure this comes as no surprise, we're just boosting our potential even further with Inner Search. We have Supreme Sword, which is pushes us up like to the threshold that we need to get that damage to kill Gradavis instantly. Or Assault is self-explanatory. We just set up a offensive stance and naturally our attack goes up with this. And then last but not least is Core Crusher, which is the most broken skill in this game. There's not really any going around it. It's broken, and it's the whole reason that ether weapons are as strong as they are. And let's go over our augments. So I have weapon attack power up. This is exclusively for the weapon that you have equipped. So we're just going to increase our power of Receding Rust even further. And the rest of my weapon augments are Appendage Crushers. For those who don't know, appendages on enemies are one of several tiers. It can go up to +5 or -5, -5 that is. And what that determines is basically just their defensive stat. So stacking a bunch of these will essentially just make you go cleave through their defense stats, which, you know, gives you a lot of damage. And then we just have a bunch of potential up augments. So that's all that's really important for this build. You can see we have 926 potential, which is definitely above average for this kind of thing that we got going here. So our Blossom Dancers are going to be very strong, needless to say. So really quickly, let's just go over where I obtained my gear. So first location we are going to check out is Noctilum, which is where we obtain this longsword. So all this really requires is you completing the game, but once you enter the cave, all you essentially need to do is just hug the left side of the wall, and you will see a little crawl space here that you can crawl to. Who would have guessed? And then just go down here, and if you go all the way to the end, you'll come across a Chimera Tyrant, which is going to drop you your Receding Rust. There is a way to go out of bounds in this area that involves spawning over here in the Blackback Bridge and clipping under the map and swimming all the way around to basically smuggle the skull right outside the boss's arena. That way you can keep respawning and killing it with your skull. And I will link a video in the description that displays that exact glitch, because it is its own subject that requires a little bit of learning and getting used to set it up. So next we are going to go where I got my dual guns. So we're just gonna check out this tyrant over here. You want it to be set to the daytime, otherwise he will not appear. This is another post-game tyrant. And like I said before, you're gonna want to get your treasure sensor up all the way if you can manage to cap it out. And here we have Feliciano the All-Seeing. He's just a level 70 tyrant. He's not too hard to kill, but be aware that he has damage reflect on as a passive ability. So actually, it might be spike damage, but I'm not too sure. I only killed him when I was already I only started killing him when I was already too strong to really deal with his unique abilities. So we're just gonna kill him. And he didn't give me any weapons, but you're just gonna have to trust me that this is where I farm my Ultra Nebulon Dyads. So we're just gonna move on. So the next place we're going to want to look at is Jampath Lake. I'm sure all of you already know about this tyrant, Lucille, the Eternal. Level 92 Milosaur. I always just call him as, I always just refer to him as baby's first super boss, because honestly it's not very threatening. Just a bunch of physical and thermal attack, but here this is where you get your Orphean gear. Now I don't really prioritize light, medium, or heavy gear. I just go for what's most accessible, and I just farmed her for the sleeve and headpiece, as you can see here. So next we're just gonna look at our Canon Incredible gear, where I got my sleeve from this tyrant over here. You can get this one from Lucille as well. All that really matters is getting overdrive count up on it, as there's no really much in the way of contesting it for passive effects on your gear. So Iznani the Smoldering here, that's our target here for grinding Candid gear. So we're just gonna ignore him because I don't really have my augment slotted in to deal with him the way I would want to. But this is where I got my Candid gear. You can get like a double potential Candid gear from Iznani as well. And you can also get a treasure sensor on it if you grind it enough, if that matters to you. And lastly, we're going to look at where I got my Granada gear, which so happens to also be in Coldros. So you're going to want to spawn over here in Bestial Utopia. And we're just gonna skip over all of these enemies. I do have visual cloaking as a attribute on my armor, which just happens to be convenient for getting by these guys if I weren't so high level. But expect to get high level just doing this over and over again, because you will be grinding. So all you're gonna want to do is just come down here, jump all the way down, and here is your enemy. It is worth considering. I just want to show this art off real quick. with the definitive edition came some new arts, and here we have Heroic Tail, which is attached to the cycle launchers. This will raise the enemy level, which in turn increases your odds of getting the gear that you want. So personally, I just had this on for grinding this Carl, because walking over here constantly is kind of a pain. So I just wanted to lessen that pain as much as I could by spamming Heroic Tail and just killing it, and lo and behold, that gave me Granada gear. But more or less, that's about it. It didn't really take me much time to make this build. It's definitely not as much of a time sink as building a custom scout, and it's way stronger. Especially if you're just looking for something to plow through the super bosses in this game, like in the short term. It is definitely very, very simple. So yeah, that's all you really want to do. And naturally, you just want to upgrade all your traits and open up the slop style shop, and you'll be set for killing on any boss. Really quickly though, I just wanted to mention though, if you are to stack your potential any further than what I've displayed, then you were going to want to use Irina, because she has a unique art that you're probably going to want to use if you're doing this. In most cases it's overkill, which I'm not really too big on overkill when you can just do what's the bare minimum to kill these guys. But if you want to push yourself past that limit, you're going to want to have energy source equipped to her. And this is also just for the sake of comfort. If you give her a ramjet rifle, which is obtained through doing Alexa's quest, it has a passive 50 TP gain value for every hit, which is 3. And these is kind of like the luxury thing, but I gave her range TP to gain up and cooldown reducers. I unironically grind for white Growlithe heart nuts for getting these augments, but anything to make the kill easier for myself. But that's essentially it. So thank you for watching. I hope this helped.